Live with the knife. There we go. Finally got it through. And
live
of course,
with the live.
Yes,
no.
live with the live. Wait, what? I don't even know. But
I got words.
who cares?
I got words.
But of course, simple things. It's another CT favored map. You're going to be looking to start on that CT side on Inferno now. Whoever does take it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what strats these two, as you mentioned before, play each other so often. They know what to expect from each other. So I'm really looking forward to seeing things which some of the other, their opponents may not predict them doing.
Yeah, I mean, always when you get into clashes like this on Inferno, you look at how does the dynamic work out on Banana, because teams sometimes change it up event to event.
Yeah.
Because again, never want to remain predictable. Will we see the heavy pressure? Will they play it more defensively? And team versus team, the mix-ups are real as well. Like not just per event and an event approach, but for example, Fnatic, they approach every team differently based on their strengths and how it works within their own strengths as well on the defense. So NIP, again, the classic NIP Fnatic matchups, we didn't used to see. I used to be incredibly passive. Then they got a little bit more aggressive for a while. Then they went more passive, and then against some teams, NIP get way more aggressive. And the same with Fnatic. It just mixes up so much. So it's just really about how these teams want to approach it here today, going into Gfinity. And of course, changing caller recently, Fnatic. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if Pronax maybe learns some things from Flusher when Flusher was actually calling, because that's like a huge call. That's a really awesome benefit to have a player to step up and be like, hey, actually, you know what? I've got great insight into our T sides.
And as well, on the opposite level, Pronax can always support Flusher and help Flusher raise his game with his calling. If Flusher wants to have a go at it, Pronax is there to support him and help him out with those things. Obviously, Flusher is a very experienced player anyway, but they're kind of having that relationship between the two to switch if they want or to decide how they're going to play things out dynamically is great. And this is one thing that I like, that we see these top-tier teams being dynamic in-game with the roles that they're doing in the actual match themselves and what weapons they're using and stuff, but also outside of the game as well, in terms of just vocalizing who's calling strategies and things like that, which actually is technically in the game, but you know what I mean by that point. It's just those dynamic roles where you see people doing different things at different times, but they still look just as strong. Yeah,
and shout outs to Devilwalk as well, because he has a huge impact on not only if stuff's going really badly, they even bring a Devilwalk in for some calling. He has a very different calling style to Pronax, more aggressive, the guy just does so much hard work behind the scenes to help them out. But we're gonna have the pistol round kicking off here, and already with a standard kickoff from Titan, just peeking down middle, seeing what they can find, and they get smoked away by Fnatic. So business as usual for now.
Look at the control though that Fnatic have got over this apartment area. It will be a 1-for-1 trade to start things off. Crims with 2 kills to start here though. Apex finds that player in T-steps and will drop him. So we're now left in a 3 versus 3 situation. We can see RPK in library. Existence making his way out now over towards that arch side. The bomb has been planted, and Fnatic have allowed themselves to get in some good after-plant positions initially. They have got 2 players on top of the bomb site though.
What a blindingly fast round here from Fnatic. They are not messing around, straight in on the bomb site on Titan though for that retake, and they are going to crush it initially to Apex's left over against Olofmeister. He hasn't got a lot of time to work with, just going straight in over the blue truck, looking for Olofmeister. Can't get the frag though. What a hold there from Olofmeister by the pit. Will take down his opposition, and that was a complete slugfest. If that is what we're in for store for in this match, don't blink, because you're going to miss everything.
Pretty much, and we can see Titan, again, exactly what I would expect after losing that round. They're going to force up and get what they can. We've got CZ75s, 2 5.7s, a P250 with grenades for existence, 3 players with armor, and they want to put it right back in their favor. Now have a look at the setup. We've got 4 players on A here for Titan. Fnatic looking to get a lot of information over towards Banana initially. Nice smoke there from Apex.
It's a very, very defensive smoke there to help out existence a little bit from the arch side. And there's lots of ways you can approach this from Fnatic's position. They do actually have a Molotov on Pronax, so that Molotov is so invaluable when you're trying to flush out some really hard to deal with positions when the teams are stacking on a round like this. There's actually a play that NIP have where they have like 3 or 4 Molotovs to approach around in that way, but we just have the one there, probably going to the corner where Mainek is, potentially, as he's going to spot the entire lineup as it is arriving now on Arch from Fnatic. And this is a good amount of team play coming in from them, just staying together like a unit and getting the kills. Very simple stuff here from Fnatic, very controlled, very methodical, and there's not much left of Titan now.
Olofmeister fully aware that there will be road players they're taking through TT, pop flashes himself out and will find existence there. So now Apex, last one left alive, he's got a CZ75 and armor, so just looking to see if any more of the Swedish Fnatic players will be making their exit routes out over towards the CT spawn area after planting that bomb on A. And yeah, as you said, just a simple, consistent hold there from Fnatic. They had the more powerful weapons, they all moved as a unit, and easy stuff from them.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if Apex could get a kill here. There's a cheeky little bit of CZ damage. Oh, running out of bullets. Oh, no, I think that was the last one, actually. We'll get the kill onto all of my. So very cheeky stuff there from Apex. But otherwise, it was a great round from Fnatic to deal with the small investment by Titan. And Titan are smart. Again, on a map like this, you need all the nades, so they're not going to get that full... I mean, they're going to save a tiny amount of cash and see if they can get the full nades going into the following buy round. But actually, yeah, Fnatic are going to stick with the SMGs for as long as physically possible. And you're bringing up the P90 earlier. It's something we see more and more. It's just generally good. It's actually been nerfed, I think, a few times.
Yeah, but especially on the hands of Flusher, even.
Yeah,
because
really
he's
good.
just incredible with that thing, as many people have pointed out so far this weekend. So Olaf Meister already making his presence known over towards B's, making his footsteps loud. Existence will try and spot him out. Puts shots down range. He's tagged down to 9 points of health, but the SMG reigns strong on him, and this 4-man stack from Titan over towards A is not exactly going to help them out here, as the bomb will get planted. And we already see, I think that's actually Pronax has made his way down to the bottom of Banana, just to make sure that no players could push their way down mid and try and do anything sneaky.
Yeah, it's really cool to see all the Molotovs being invested in by Fnatic to use. They're so damn good in this round, and especially if you have some left over after you've got the bomb take, and you know you can just plant it down on the bomb in one of those closer situations. It can just be so horrible for the CTs who want to get that defuse, and they just can't unless they want to burn alive. But we will have, of course, quite a few players surviving here for Titan. There's not much they can really do. They don't want to run to their death or give away money for free, which is another thing, actually. Some teams get carried away in rounds like that, where Titan, realistically, they're going to get one frag or something, if they're lucky. And if they try to do that, they're going to give so much money, just like probably $2,400 if the SMGs just spray them down. So they're not going to give that free value to Fnatic. Smart.
This is one thing that I really wanted to see. JW initially buys the AWP straight away as soon as he is physically able to click the button to buy so. And it took a while for Kenny S to decide if he wanted to go for that glass cannon option, which he does decide to do here. So we're going into round number 4, and we have got that AWP battle between Kenny S and JW.
And they have a really defensive 3-man setup there towards the B-bomb site. And Olaf Meister somehow makes a pick from apartments with the MAC-10. I don't believe it. And this is disastrous here for Titan. Kenny is rotating as fast as physically possible. But from Library, he's quite restricted with what he can do. Oh, he does find JW, though. Can't get the kill on him. He does get a tag. But they have to go and save. And this is a disaster indeed.
And Fnatic are hunting.
Yeah, they can get rid of that AWP. This is going to be catastrophic. They need to keep hold of these weapons, and Fnatic know it. And they are moving in for the attack.
Apex smokes his way off there just to give himself some cover in case any of the Fnatic players did decide to advance too heavily onto them. And credit to Fnatic, 5 players left alive. Olaf Meister with the initial entry frag. JW following things there in that upper apartment areas with the AWP. And after that, the round was pretty much over. They got full control of that library bomb site. Crim's being boosted up the top. Kenny will go down, so that's the AWP out of the way, leaving now Existence in construction. The last player left alive. Will JW peek him? I don't think he wants to lose that AWP, but he will find one. Will he find Olaf Meister as well? No, he will not. The AWP isn't saved on Fnatic, but that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things because they took all 5 rifles away from Titan in that round.
Yeah, I mean, that was just such a no-brainer there for Fnatic. They got so much money left over despite losing most of their investment to take down those players, but they did take them down, so it was well worth it. And 4-0 is now the score as Titan have reached this point where all of a sudden they're going to be forced to have horrible buys again and again. So this is that worst case scenario on Inferno. Yeah. We're going to need to see a very classy performance from them.
This is what happened on Cobblestone. This is what happened earlier on, you know, when they rolled over their economy and Titan just couldn't afford to buy the initial, you know, really important things that they needed, like that AWP on Kenny S, like the important grenades.
And the interesting thing is that in that round, we're actually going to see a couple kills here though, so I have to hold that for see if Titan can make much more from this, as Apex is just running down second mid with that AK-47. They just managed to scrounge together. He's actually got some Kevlar with it as well, as we have JW entering into the B bomb site for his team. So quick rotation here from Titan as they try to commit some more damage in. There's RPK. Oh, can't quite find the kill. That aim punch devastating.
Maniac now just lurking at the edge of the smoke to see if any players will be pushing him, but the bomb has been planted, allowing now Fnatic to get themselves into after plant positions, so you can see how they're set up on that B bomb site. And I think they're already really just looking for the exit frags. They know that Fnatic have had so much time to get themselves set up here on B. They haven't got kits whatsoever. Apex, yeah, he does have an AK-47 and armor to play with, but they're just going to try and take some rifles away off Fnatic.
They picked the right side to go, but
Ooh.
actually Maniac with 2 frags, that's really nice by Maniac. But one key thing I want to mention is that, oh, nice Apex. Oh, that is cheeky indeed. Just wipes out the entire team. But yeah, one thing I want to quickly mention is that Titan in their first buy round decided to go for the 3-man play on B, on Banana. But usually you would see that being aggressive to take map control, then to send one back to be good to trade against any fast timings. But they didn't do that. They just stayed passively. That's a huge gamble because you don't get the information. So massive gamble. Hi, Scoots. How's it going?
Hi, Scoots. What a dance. What a man indeed. We can see the camera pan out to the trophy that everybody here, these last 4 teams, are playing for at the Gfinity Spring Masters. They have got that ult back now on Kenya, so a buy round coming in from Titan. They need to win this round, though, because they can't let Fnatic control their economy like they did on Cobble earlier on. Absolutely,
and at least they've got a decent buy, better amount of grenades this time as well, and a default setup. So that's better, it's less gambly as well than what they ran previously on that buy round, as I explained. And now it's just about seeing what info they can get. And for Fnatic, it's about just pulling away all these nades from Titan. Oh, that's great. Apex predicts Olaf going up onto the boost there to see if he can get the pick onto coils, and that's got to feel good for Titan.
Kenny S holding archers, you would expect from an AWP player. Kenny S throws that smoke grenade as well towards B. Let's see if Fnatic players peek out. JW's going to be the man to peek him. Kenny S misses a shot there, has to back away. He is going to peek around from Arch again. Will they see him? No, he misses a second one. Flashes his way to give himself some cover as he backs away into Library, but Fnatic have initially got themselves out of Arch here.
And Kenny S knows that they know that's the most likely place for him to be, but he's Kenny S, so he breaks all the rules. He's going to try to actually just peek here and get a frag, but that smoke is so smart. It's so risky for Kenny S to push that, and he's not going to actually bother trying. It's just not worth the risk.
And he doesn't realise they've wrapped for CT.
This B split's going to be pretty devastating indeed. Oh, Existence with a great frag there, but the trade comes in. Great stuff there from JW. Everything rests on Apex, but he gets absolutely nothing at the back of the site. He had to get a frag and get the delay on, but he couldn't get that done. And again, Titan in a really weird situation. They're all coming from Banana.
Yeah. If Existence had been able to pick up maybe one more frag there, especially considering how low the clock was, there was only about 4 seconds or so left before Fnatic planted the bomb. They probably would have won that round, but this just shows how close it can be at times in CS. Anyway, back in board on the action. Maniac will fall, and now RPK and Kenny S even running for their lives, backing away and saving those rifles.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those spots where it's actually worth it to just go for a peek. If like Maniac just somehow gets a really fast frag, it's on. It's like totally on. But of course, if he dies, then if they play the hiding game and the peeking game very well, Fnatic, then they're playing it by the book, then you don't get anything, too much time is gone, it's impossible. So you can fall back and save some weapons. So Titan trying everything they could there, but Fnatic still on top, 6-0 in this third map here for the Gfinity Masters in this first semi-final.
And they've kept Kenny S very quiet indeed so far in this half. On the other hand, JW being very loud. Let's see if Titan can do some damage now. They have been able to buy once again here. They did save those 2 rifles. Kenny S misses another shot here. This is so unlike him.
JW actually not connecting either, so Kenny S is going to survive. And that smoke actually is not that perfect. Still an angle there for JW to work with. Solid goes in very aggressively looking for a potential pick there onto that B bomb site. Nothing's going to come his way yet, but the rest of the lineup for Fnatic are slowly closing in on that A bomb site. All in the apartments, JW. Oh, gets the shot right to the head there. Penetration kill onto RPK. And now it's going to get really awful for Titan if they're not able to figure out what's going on in time.
Fnatic back away here, and we can actually see that Apex is scared of that A push coming in, so he's going to make his way over towards Speedway, even in CT spawn to back his way, but that's a big mistake, leaving Existence the man to try and hold this bomb site single-handedly. Apex gambled, and he gambled incorrectly. 40 seconds left on the clock. They will make their entrance. Flusher lurking over towards A just to try and convince these players even more that they are coming through. Existence will be shouting down his microphone at full voice to try and come over towards B, but look at Titan, they're just still rotating because Fnatic could come straight back over towards A, which is exactly what they're doing.
This is getting very complicated right now, and it's not going to leave them much time. It's very Navi-esque now at this point, but Apex coming in from the back with the smoke. Oh, straight through the Bammers, gets the first frag. Great stuff there onto Crims, and now Kenny S could get an angle, but Apex still doing massive damage by quad. Huge pressure from him, and giving his team a chance. JW is really far away. They're going to get... Oh, no, the bomb's down, and...
That's
JW, he's so far away. He's so far away. That's the round. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Somehow Fnatic lose this round. Crazy double backs coming in, but it's going to be the first one on the board for Titan.
What a round to win to get their name on the board here on Inferno. That was absolutely crazy. Back and forth, back and forth. And of course, we've got more information than Fnatic do, but if they had have gone for that push on to B, we did see Apex starting to rotate back from CT over towards B, but if they had just got that one kill on Existence, they would have been on the bomb site. They would have had smoke grenades down surely and had good control. They gambled and went back over towards A. And was it Apex who peeked around the side of that smoke grenade with the FAMAS and found them all out? It was crazy.
Do have the banana take here from Fnatic as they take early map control away from Titan. And Titan once again relying on the default setup, and this time it's going to actually work out. Quick kill from Maniac as he does get himself in apartments and then falls back. Olofmeister wants to try to get the trade back on, but oh, Maniac's on 1 HP as well. Wow, and he's got full nades as well. That's actually kind of a big deal. Just
showing how close to the wire these engagements can be between the two teams. He does get the kill onto Crims, but not very low. JW down to 36 points of health.
They have so many nades left. Look how many, they have all their nades left, and there's 50 seconds left. This is actually really strong for Titan. If they start planting the nades down now, what are Fnatic going to do? They're going to be such a disadvantage in the engagements.
Clock is ticking for Fnatic. They are split up. You can see now they're raining their grenades over towards B. Titan are holding strong though. They're in a comfortable position. You can see actually Olofmeister does take down Maniac there, that player who was left alive on 1 point of health. It's back and forth trades leading us into a 4 versus 3 situation. Boiler is initially Molotov off, but JW is going to try and make his presence known over towards the arc side of the map. 20 seconds left. Time is running out here for Fnatic, and RPK with 2 lovely shots onto Olofmeister and Pronax, leaving JW on 12 HP, the last one alive.
That's that very slight angles, and RPK finishes the job. Great stuff there, just sweeping through all those players on quad to secure the round for Titan. And again, the kind of very standard default setup pays off for them again. It's the 2 guys defensive on B, 1 man on Arch, 1 on quad, and 1 in the balcony and pit. So the simplest of setups, not doing anything too complex against Fnatic, and at the moment it's working. Fnatic close to being broken, but we can see another strong buy coming in from them this round. Very fast banana take from them also, looking for those trades. And this time Fnatic, they don't know it, but there's actually 3 players towards B at the moment. But Kenius is going for the full rotate, so again, there's no way that the Titan can really know what's going on. And that is exactly the strength of Fnatic's movement up banana.
Yeah, trying to be unpredictable, but oh my god, team kill coming in from Flusher there. JW takes down Apex, but they've got the 2 entry frags here despite a team kill coming in to take down the in-game leader of Pronax. They'll have full control of this B-box, but they will get the bomb down. But oh my gosh, Kenny S, hello.
That is beautiful there. That timing was perfect. And that's actually going to make it to a 3-on-3. That's so important. Now boosting on top, that's of the teammate's head there, looking for even more cheeky kills over the smoke. But they're all together now, moving in, trying to eliminate some positions with those incendiaries. But JW, he's had enough of the shenanigans and is going to stop it right there in its tracks. And Titan can't do anything but fall back.
I reckon if Kenny has had on that boost and he had been able to pick up a second kill there to make it that 3-on-2 situation, they definitely would have gone for the retake. They didn't have time and they didn't have kits to try and push themselves in, but JW with the kill.
The strange thing is that the amount of presence at banana for the T's that was felt early on from Titan, and they had 3 players at the start on B, and it was really fast, but Kenius kind of almost immediately rotated, so I'm not sure whether they either had a read or there was like some misinformation or a missed call there, but Kenius was, if he'd been closer there, he could have helped to stop that, but either way, into the next round, and both teams stretched on the money, but it is the advantage for Fnatic.
You can see once again 3 players now making their way over to the on the CT side. Pronax will find one. That's the starting kill in this next round. When Molotov comes out, RPK will respond though to even things out. Apex finds JW peeking around the edge of the smoke, and that will lead things now onto a 4-on-2 suddenly. Existence will find the players here around the edge of the smoke, using that to his advantage. And all of a sudden, Crims finds himself the last man left alive. He has got the bomb. 3 versus 3, and they know exactly where he is now.
Yeah, nice trades down banana there for Titan. Existence smartly going for a risky play there, but he knows that if he picks up 1, that there's just like nothing that the remaining guy on Fnatic side can really do. So basic CS played well by Titan. And Crims, we saw some excellent stuff with this AWP on him earlier on Cash. Now what can he get done here? Going to smoke off CT, see if he can find some angles, but Titan playing it very, very smartly. They don't really have to peek him, to be honest. The time is not really in Crim's favor massively. That's a great peek though from Crims. Really nice pre-fire. And now he's expecting the flank, and he would be right to do so. Looking for the next frag. There it is, Crims on the second one. Now there's just Maniac left with a P19. He's got 20 seconds to plant. Crims has created a doable clutch here, as it's just one left. Oh, no, wait, I can't believe it. Misses the shot right there, and Maniac could use this to gain an advantage. Just tossing in the grenade. Now Crims is in a very, very interesting predicament as Maniac wraps around the side, rounding the corner now as Crims gets the safe plant behind the coils, goes up with a P90, just ADing there until he gets the frag. So Maniac saves the round, but Titan, that was really scary.
They were pushed right to their limits there. Maniac without a defuse kit, but he will be able to defuse the bomb successfully here for Titan.
That's so important. They just removed so much money from Titan. They had an AWP, they had rifles, they could have picked up some AKs, and now they've got nothing to play with. That's ridiculous. That's so impactful. That single play from Crims, the almost clutch, has put Fnatic in a spot where they know that if they force buy, they reset Titan, and that Titan are completely screwed out of this first half.
Well, it is going to be a force buy of some extent to Fnatic here with 2 pistols going down. JW going with the glass cannon option. Of course, no armor and the AWP to use for him. 3-7 is the score though, and we've still got a thriller on our hands. Fnatic with the definite advantage here on that less favored T side of Inferno, but they're the type of team that don't make it look like it's the less favored side because they're just so darn good.
I mean, they've kept Titan on poor money after winning that pistol as well, so it's just been so much economic hardship for Titan, and this entire series has been that story actually for Titan on their CT sides. Getting the money going has been the hardest thing to do, and if this play from Fnatic is good in this round, we could very well see them getting more than 10 rounds in this first half, which is devastating. Olofmeister's on the lurk there towards Boiler. So you would expect the B play to come in, but he is actually going to get taken out, so they might second guess this now with 45 seconds left to play with.
And KennyS is going to rotate, so they're going to try and put 3 players on A, 2 players on B, which is the standard setup, but there's no control of Arch whatsoever here. Crims looking to go for the sexy 1Ds as RPK will peek out. He misses his shot, but they've got the information. JW there to support him. And look at the setup here for the CT side of Titan.
IMC Maniac though gets the spray. 2 players going down, the team frag as well to help Maniac out, and it is a doable spot here for Apex over by Pit. How do they get rid of him? The time is against them as well. 15 seconds, the frag comes in just in the right time for Crims to get that bomb planted, as he's now against KennyS and Existence. Long range, going to smoke himself off. Really smart stuff to allow himself some more cover to play with. Looking for that first engagement. Needs 2 1-on-1s. That's what he's playing for right now. Crims gets the first one. Now where's the second player? Existence coming around the side. Existence! Oh, he barely makes it happen. 1 HP, I can't believe it, but does he have time for the defuse here? I think he just about does, but that is so close. And still, Titan, they have so little money. Even after winning this round, they spent everything there.
Crims did so much damage once again to Titan.
1 HP.
1 HP for Existence. This is why we love CS. Those sorts of rounds, just back and forth, right from the word go. And I think we all need to take a second to catch our breath. Fnatic are going for once again another force here. They do not want to let Titan bring their economy back in favour and start to roll up the money. So they are going to go for 4 pistols here. It's going to be 3 Tech 9s and an AK-47 for Crimsu, as we spotted out, has done such great economical damage to Titan. But KennyS does have his AWP.
Oh, this could be bad here. They played a 3-man setup on B. The counter strat is to just rush up for an A take on quad. This is the way to do it. And Fnatic get the perfect play, but Apex comes in with the spray. Doesn't get enough now. Maniac has to come out huge with the Fatmass, and he does get a series of frags. That is going to do the job here. They will clean it up. That was scary. Without Maniac performing there, without Apex as well, again, they ran the counter strat to that round. So Fnatic were very dangerous always.
And if this goes according to script, it should be 6-7 in favour of Fnatic. They wanted to break that economy once again here at Titan and bring it back to them, and rightly so. And that's the kind of play to do it on with that fast, aggressive quad push. But Fnatic are rolling over now and saying, okay, we're not going to force it up this round. It's going to be just P250 is the name of the game for them.
Absolutely, they are really coming back into this, and there's still a chance to come out on top on this half, but got to be careful. Their Apex getting dinked down, and have to see if they can just hold these guys at bay and slowly pick them off as they try to go in for those entries. And there it is. There's 1 pick off from Existence. So this is looking under control right now for Titan.
Crims trying to be a distraction and do some damage in top apartments. Second kill. JW responds, and it's left to Apex on this smaller B-bomb site. He flashes himself out. He's got 9 left. Bullets down there, but JW gets his second kill, and they're going to plant the bomb unless KennyS had something to say about it.
He's looking for those long-range shots, but they are never going to show themselves to Kenny S ever. They have construction. They can play with those positions on the side. Going to have to be maniac to force the engagements. There it is. We'll get it done with that pull out of the pistol. Pronax gets shot in the back, so it's going to have to be on JW. He's not going to withstand the mighty Titan retake, but what happened to Existence there? Did something happen to his mouse or something? Started spinning around? I'm not sure what happened there to him, but
not sure.
Hopefully there's no mouse issues for him. But 6-7, they're coming back.
And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Fnatic, they're considering it was an eco round. They took 2 rifles off Titan once again to try and disturb their economy, and they got the bomb down to boost their own as well. So in that essence, it was good, but they stood a chance at one point to take the round. They were left in a 3 versus 3 after plant, and they picked up 2 M4s off those dropped Titan players from that B bomb site.
So now here's the big round here for Titan. They have all the incendiaries and smokes, all the rifles, apart from Existence with the FAMAS, but he's proven effective enough with that. So there's one incendiary used by Maniac just aggressively to stagger any pushes on apartments to slow them down a little bit. Still early in the round though, and Titan are playing that 3-2 setup. They've got 3 guys passively on B. This didn't work out in their first buy round. Maybe this one can be different.
Kenny S will rotate his way back over towards CT spawn to try and get some control of Arch now as the smoke grenade goes in to cover themselves away from quad. Will JW peek out? Kenny S is going to try and flash him away from that area, and Kenny S, predictably so, going over towards library to see what information he can find there, but it will be smoked off here by the Fnatic side, and they make their way out over towards Arch. What will they do here? Will they wrap in towards A, or will they go through CT? It looks like they're going to go through CT and try and overwhelm Kenny S. This man is too strong though as he picks off Olaf Meister to start things off.
Can't get anything else done though, and that is a really good save for Fnatic, as now we have a really horrible spot for Existence and Apex. Have to worry about 2 sides, Banana and CT spawn, and the Titan players on the rotate are really scared of trying to rotate as well because there's so many sneaky angles in CT, and you can see Fnatic are banking on that. They're holding CT. They've got loads of time. Well, actually, they don't have loads of time. They've got to go now, and Apex is going to try to hold it down with this M4, and he's doing a great job. It's looking great for Titan right now.
Awkward predicament for both teams in some respects there. Crim's knocked down to 3 points of health. He will fall, and now it's Pronax in a 1 versus 3. He has planted the bomb, and he makes his way over towards that construction area. Titan will try to swarm him. And that's exactly what they will do. The defuse is already on for Maniac. RPK will finish off the final kill there, but you don't get to see that all too often there, where the Ts have got control of CT spawn, and you've got a 2-2 split on either bomb site by the CTs, and they're almost closing them in. And,
wow. Titan, I mean, they were very composed there. They're very disciplined. They didn't panic. Because panicking there is what gets you just gets you killed, basically. And they didn't panic. They held the ground. They didn't take any weird risks. They trusted each other, and that was the key difference in terms of just maintaining an advantage there. We're gonna have that quick trade. Kenny S takes down JW, but Olaf Meister's got a big green gun as well. Takes him down on the trade, and that is amazing for Fnatic. This could allow them to get the edge, to get better decisions going into this round.
I like this position here from Apex on sandbags. We've seen him play it a couple of times at times. Well, as soon as I say that, the Caster's Curse comes in and he gets tagged down to 20 points of health. Rightly so, backs away and doesn't get overly aggressive there. We are into the last round of the first half, so of course all players on both sides investing in every single bit of gear that they can possibly buy. And we can see the team now making their way out over towards Arch. Olaf Meister will take down Apex in that position. Flusher getting the entry down to RPK. Now it's down to Maniac. In pit will fall, leaving Existence on the rotate. The last one left alive, and it looks like Fnatic will take the half win. But one thing that I've just really quickly got to point out here, Dan, is that Titan, I mean, obviously Fnatic are going to win the half and have had a great T-half here, but Kenny S once again has been really quiet. I think he's only had about 4 frags this entire half.
Yeah, he's been getting isolated quite well, but I'll see if Existence can get something done here. Oh my god, that's
what a shot.
Those smokes are just horrible to deal with. But yeah, I mean, not much action for Kenny S. I mean, they didn't play all that aggressively on Banana, and to be honest, you don't want to take. I don't think you want to take these duels against like straight up mid duels and so on against JW, because you know that he's probably going to be AWPing, and that's like a really gambly spot to contend with. Like, do you want to just have a solid defense where you're going to use the advantages, or do you just want to gamble and just give them a really big advantage? Like, it's not worth it on the CT side against such good AWPers. But into the second half, into the pistol. This is the deciding map between these teams for the Gfinity Masters. Decide who will go through to the final, and it's been a very close encounters so far. Where's the difference going to be?
We will find out. Apex lurking over towards second mid area to see if Fnatic try and do anything crazy and push down mid, maybe try and get some good control over towards A if they find the information of where those Titan players will be. But now Titan rotating back over towards mid. No engagements as of yet, although as soon as I say that, KennyS takes a tiny lick of damage here. No casualties as of yet in this round. And I think that's, yeah, it is Maniac over towards Sandbags here, just seeing if any Fnatic will push through. But here we go. It looks like Titan are going to go back into A. Now they're going back into mid. It's just ring around the rosy.
It's dropping back to Banana at the moment, and Fnatic, they're getting held off by wow, Existence and Apex just really locking down middle as the push comes in towards Banana, and they don't have the info right now. It's all on Olofmeister and his teammate Crims to just hold this down. Crims, great shot onto Maniac there from the back of the bomb site. They have to deal with him quickly. Great tag, 3 HP for him, but they have to finish him off here. Oh, getting 3 shots there. Pronax is going to get the frag though from CT, but it is looking like the bomb is going to go down, and there it is. Fnatic in a lot of trouble on this CT pistol, and that is Titan doing to Fnatic as Fnatic did to them the first half. So this is really even Stevens at the moment.
So close between these two teams. And again, you know, I just want to go back on that point about KennyS because I didn't want to spot KennyS out as being quite as me trying to bash him as a player, but more so to show that Titan are a great squad. We can see Apex leading the way there for his team, as you would expect, and doing some great damage. And across the board, Titan are really keeping themselves in this game. So you can only imagine if KennyS starts to get things going with Yorp on this T side, exactly what damage they could do to Fnatic. It is trades, you know, across the map initially on this Banana area as Pronax takes down RPK there. We're into 3-on-3.
This is looking like some okay damage so far from Fnatic. Still Crims with that 5-7 looking for their heads. There it is. Easy frag onto Apex. Things getting a little bit interesting now as JW comes in from the back, but Maniac. Oh my god, I can't believe it. JW somehow picks that one up through the smoke, and Existence again has to clutch this. And this is looking a little easier than the previous clutches. He will get the first frag. It's going to open up the A bomb site as Crims is actually really fast onto the rotate. He might even be able to get some shots in potentially as he now takes it slow, doesn't want to give away his position, and this actually should be favourable for Crims because Existence, I don't think he's ever going to expect Crims to arrive here so quickly. Oh, doesn't get caught out of position, gets some shots off, but the headshot comes in. Great stuff there from Crims. I can't believe that happened though. How on earth did Fnatic come out on top in a round like that?
Crazy. And Titan are going to be absolutely gutted about that. They look great, but Fnatic changed it up. They changed the pace. They put the pistols right in the face of Titan, and that's what you want to do with those less powerful weapons when they are so damaging at close range. You know, that one-tap headshot at times. It looks like Titan, I think, are going to have to force this. Apex is going to go for full armor, Tech 9, and full grenades here. They're just going to see what they can buy up. RPK, of course, with their Galil. They did plant the bomb both rounds so far on their T-half. But
I mean, if they win this, they reset Fnatic completely. So it's got so much value, and the Tech 9s, I mean, they're pretty beasts. So this is where we need to see a very strong tactical play coming in from Titan after some initial map control. They don't want to have any they need all the bodies they can get here. They cannot get picked off like this or take this early damage. Fnatic have won the early damage exchanges. This should give them a really solid defense now, wherever Titan end up.
Maniac did eat a grenade down the bottom of Banana, and we can see Crims in this lovely spot, just peeking over the top of the smoke there in Banana to see what information he can find. A standard setup here for Fnatic. Flusher once again with his lovely P90 in hand to see what he can do, and it looks like Titan are favouring this larger A bomb site here, stacking their way in second mid. I think they're going to prepare what grenades they have, those smoke grenades in hand, to try and help themselves push onto this bomb site. But with 48 seconds left, there we go, we can see Apex setting up for one.
So this is it. Titan, if they win this, they can reset Fnatic and take control of the second half. But it's all on this push as it comes in. The execute, the smokes are down. Pronax trying to reposition there, but he's stuck in the smoke. Has no idea where he is at the moment. And KennyS is going to be just infiltrating the pit position. So far, so good for Fnatic. Holding on to the key locations on the bomb site. They're all rotated as well. This looks really solid right now for Fnatic. But in comes Existence with that Tech 9. Not much he can do as KennyS is also stuck in the pit. And there's nowhere for him to run, nowhere for him to hide. But at least he's holding on to a Tech 9. Gonna pick up one kill of it, and that's it.
Well, there we go, that is it. Great hold from Fnatic there. And that was pretty chaotic, you've got to say, over towards that pit area. Everybody just entered. I think it was about 3 Titan players made their way down balcony into pit and tried to just overwhelm the Fnatic side, but it wasn't the case whatsoever. Good attempt from them, but Fnatic showing their class on the CT side, especially on that A-bomb site, and they will reward themselves with double figures. 6 rounds away for Fnatic here from reaching the grand finals.
Yeah, it's definitely looking quite solid, and that's going to put Titan onto a full eco. In a round like that, you at least feel like, okay, we do some damage and get the bomb down, but not even that. They didn't get any damage really. They got like a kill or two, and that's it, and they didn't get the bomb down. So it ended up from being a potential for them to really swing the map back into their favor, into just giving Fnatic an even better position to work from. So lots of stuff for Titan to do, but yeah, it's that T side of Inferno, and I think they're just having a chat at the moment and just using the time in this eco to just talk on the comms and just work out, okay, what are we going to do? How's the situation? You know, get the spirits up again, and because they don't have any expectations from this round. Kenny is a single flash. He's probably going to try to pop flash them up mid, and they can get an entry and then work it out from there, basically.
Yeah, just a throwaway round here for Fnatic. JW with the scout will find one player and tags up existence. JW getting tagged back, but he pulls up the CZ75, is able to get one. Flush it in with that Pro 90 to spray down on the Titan players as Apex and Kenny S will fall, and Existence and Maniac surely don't be too far away from following in compatriots' fate. And you know, Fnatic here on 11 rounds. Titan are going to be on 8. They should be able to buy here. We should be able to see what they can do with rifles. But going back to that momentum game, they've got to try and switch that, you know, Fnatic momentum off. And I think Kenny S with that AWP is going to be one of the crucial players to try and do so.
Yeah, there's lots you can do on this map with being an elite AWPer, but you've got to also watch out for JW because he plays the AWP like it's a rifle, and especially on maps like this, it can be incredibly surprising. You can never really prepare for him. So I have to see how he actually comes into play. So he's going to Banana at the moment, and oh no, they're going to be walking into his crosshairs. Misses the flick shot though, but we'll get out of there. So safely done for JW, despite not getting a frag, which would have been helpful in maintaining intel and positional control of Banana. But they are going to keep challenging and pushing him back here, and JW is JW. He's going to go for those peaks. Somehow still no damage to Titan.
Good Banana control coming in from Titan, and JW misses his shots, as you pointed out. Well, RPK is going to look to see what damage he can do in apartments, try to clear that area out, which is exactly what he will do. Crimson.
I think they might be setting up for a double back play because they've left Maniac deep in Banana by Sandbag, so that is always an option with Maniac there because they will always know that it's safe. So if they can take middle now, they have the double back option or the execute option with him taking down rotating players. But he's going to get taken out by JW, so that's all gone now.
They've almost made their mind up now after that frag onto Maniac of where to go by the looks of things. They've gone back towards Banana still, even if it did go down. JW picks up a second frag onto Apex there. They're getting shut down in style. Kenny S jumping around the corner will take down JW. The clock is ticking though, 25 seconds left on the clock. Flusher once again showing how great he is with that P90. RPK will respond onto him though, and they have to go for this B-bomb site now. The game is up. Fnatic fully rotating. We can even see Pronax, it is, making his way down mid, trying to go on the quick rotate here and flank them from the side, but Fnatic will allow them to plant the bomb.
So that bomb is ticking away, and Fnatic with that man-up advantage are closing in on a really nice retake attempt, but Olofmeister is going to falter to existence. Pronax, though, is going to be able to trade onto them, but they do have time for the defuse, so great stuff there from Fnatic. Very nice team play. They take it slowly, easily, they trust one another, and they get themselves another round. And it's, again, a situation where Titan get kind of screwed over on the money, so getting that bonus reset. They have enough to get a buy together, but it's going to be a weak buy if they go for it, so they're having to think of how to actually approach this. Do they want to go for that buy? They're just going to invest halfway, actually, and see what they can get done here and still have a strong buy into the next round.
Well,
so
last time they went for this, it didn't work out for them, so they've got to try and redeem themselves. We saw that crazy aggressive push onto Pit with 3 players coming down the balcony and trying to get control of A when they forced up, and it didn't work for them. And once again, Crimson's played this so often now, just peeking over the top of the smoke to see what information he can find, jumping and jumping to see if he spots anybody, and they are very close indeed. Of course, with X-ray mode, we can see more than he can. Another smoke grenade goes down just to renew that area of control for Fnatic here.
They are readying up though to get the push going, and Crimson spots absolutely nothing. I don't think he's seen any information at all at the moment, so this could be very, very surprising if they're able to move in when that smoke goes away. They're going to hit the stepping as well, will Titan, and they're slowly going to creep up behind that also, and they are readying those smokes and flashes to go over for the execute. Now Fnatic, Crims, he is known for his solid holds here. He's going to be tested once again by the Tech 9s and the AK. In they come, and the bomb falls at his feet by the steps on the entrance to the B-bomb site, and Olofmeister getting shot in the back right now as they go through Construction. This is not looking too shabby here for Titan. Only lost one man so far, but in comes flusha from Construction, and Fnatic are having problems right now.
They've picked up rifles. All three of the T side have got these rifles in hand. flusha pushing through though. Apex does take down Pronax, and what a round from Titan. I said that they needed to redeem themselves, and that is what they have done. Crucial round for that team, and that was really great. I love the play from Kenny S and his teammates to push right through the smoke I think that they put down in CT and go through the back of Construction and completely overwhelm that B-bomb site from all angles possible.
Yeah, that blue truck smoke is super strong for those movements, and we're going to have to see what Fnatic have in this round, because it's a really weird buy from them. JW, this is a round where you could see him just going a bit nuts to try to like force open a very nice advantage for his team, but I don't think he got really a good spawn, so he's just playing that boiler angle close to middle, and he does this very often with the AWP. It's a spot which is kind of risky. Oh, but there it is. Kenny gets the shot. He goes for the peek, does JW, and that is the biggest advantage for Fnatic now gone. Is the AWP recoverable? Yes, it is. flusha is going to have a go now as well.
And it looks like, I think it's Crims, yeah, the solo man holding B at the second, as we've got two players in, flusha and Olaf Meister, holding down that arch section of the A-bomb site. The smoke grenades are still down, as you can see in the overview of the map, to try and give the CT some control. But this is fine for Titan. They've got plenty of time left on the clock. They've got the man advantage. They can just wait these smoke grenades out until Fnatic have no more left.
And here comes some reinforcements for Fnatic towards that B-bomb site. So looks like they've made so far the right call. Of course, they don't have a lot of information, so it's more to do with the kind of gambles, what they feel like is most likely from their opposition. And Crims has the pop flash at the ready as well, so this could actually work out. flusha's on the angle with the AWP. He could actually catch them perfectly if he's able to peek now. He's going to peek after the smoke's going. He gets the shot there onto Apex as they fall into the bomb site. Crims is ready close range at first oranges with the M4, and Maniac's going to go through Construction again. Crims locking it down. 2 quick kills there from him. Massive stuff. Oh no, we're going to game crash. Oh dear, so
a time for a game crash.
So I don't know if we can switch to a shot of the projector. Oh, cool. I guess we have only one game PC. All right, so
I'm afraid. Hopefully we will get back in as
hey
soon
guys,
as possible.
how's it going?
Sorry for you guys at home. That is absolutely heartbreaking. But the time was very, very low. I'm pretty sure that Titan wouldn't have got in there, because we saw, I think it was it Crims who was in first oranges there, who got those 2 quick kills and was able to do so. Well, they did get the bomb down in the end, and we are back in. Apologies about that, ladies and gentlemen, but all the same, Pronax will get the defuse, and it's going to be another round here for Fnatic.
All right, so 13-9, as that hold was quite strong there. I mean, they got flusha, like that shot from flusha was so important. And that's such a nice little peek to make, and he did it. He had like the slightest of angles there just to catch a pixel, so he exposed himself as little as possible. Very, very well done by him, and that really made the difference there. So back into this one now, and still a full buy from Titan, but JW is going to assert himself on middle, and that is what he does best, just telling them to sit down on those long ranges. And now Titan have to discover what do we do right now. We don't have banana control. Fnatic have that. They took down our AWPer on middle. Apex has picked up the AWP. Where are the options right now?
Crims is just doing what he keeps doing, just using that car at the top of Banana as a trampoline and seeing what information he can find, and it's been working for him so far. I don't think Titan have really tried to counter it too much or noticed it, but all the same, we've got 3 CT members from Fnatic on A, as that's where it looks like Titan are starting to head. They get that Molotov down. flusha still with that P90 in hand. He's not dropped this thing whatsoever.
So maybe Apex can make a pick here with this AWP.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to commit into the A bomb site, so there's quite a bit of time left for a double back if they want it. But at the moment, Fnatic still have JW alive, just taking shots as he pleases. And Apex is in there with the AWP on the other side, and they're going to take down JW. Again, very exposed position from him. They are going to punish it and move into the bomb site now. Existence biding his time, going for the drop into the pit. Finds Pronax, and they all go down. I don't believe it.
What?
I don't even understand how Pronax finds these shots, but somehow he does. And now Fnatic are on 14 rounds, just 2 more to secure this and get themselves into yet another finals. And we're going to have a pause
from Maniac. This is the time to do it. I was wondering if there would be a tactical pause coming in at any point, and we've got a chance now to very quickly look at the scoreboard. Crims leading the way here for Fnatic, but a great hold all round, and it was a timeout actually. So I mean, let's just take a second to regain our breath and come back into that.
The thing here is that, again, there's a situation where if you've got some really good set plays with the Tech 9s, it can actually become viable to say, if we think we can just buy up with full nades and get the bomb down, at worst, then we have another Tech9 Armor Nades round, again, to get another chance to win the round. Because if they win this one, because let's say they eco this. If they eco this, look at Fnatic right now. Yeah, Fnatic will get free economy. They'll be able to avoid an eco situation. But if Titan can actually put a buy in right now and find a way to break Fnatic, as unlikely as it is, I mean, that's the situation they're in right now. They have to play for those low percentages. They've got to find a way to get back into the game. Playing for the overtime, I don't think they're going to go for that. I think they're just going to try to get it done here. And if they do lose this round, they're just going to throw another buy in and see if they can get it done. I'm not sure. It's a really hard spot to call, and they're taking their time.
They are taking their time. Just deciding. You can see on the screens the communications between them. They don't exactly look too positive, and well, that's what you'd expect.
I know Envious would buy in this situation, because the situation for Envious is that they always will buy.
But it's just a complete contrast different here with Fnatic. They're chilled out. You can see them all there relaxing, getting ready for the next round. They're happy. They're in a good spot. They know what damage they've done so far in this round. But I mean, this is the time now. They've got so little room to play with here to bring this back in their favour.
It's again, like this position is high risk.
It's horrible.
They have to go for the high risk. I mean, they're down so many rounds. They have no economy.
Yeah.
It doesn't really get as bad as it can. It can't get any worse than this. Sorry.
Yeah, we can't see them forcing it up now. They are going to unpause, and we will be back in the game in just a few seconds for you guys. They are going to force up, so we will have, by the looks of things, 4 Tech9s and 3 Tech9s and 2 P250s there. And
Fnatic will predict this. They know. They know this is going to be coming. So it's going to be about how well Fnatic are able to actually set up against this. And a risky plays from JW like this can actually blow up the round, because if he gets a pick here, for example, then they lose a lot of grenades, and they need the grenades. They need to get close with the grenades. That's the first mission for them.
And they've got a couple of Molotovs, 3 in fact, and 5 smoke grenades across the board here for Titan. So definitely looking to try and go for those, set smokes and then rush in onto a site potentially with those really powerful Tech9s at times. We will see what they decide to do. Slow start to this next round.
It's going to be that A execute. This is so tense right now, because it all comes down to this for Titan, all of it right now. And they're just making some noise. They have Maniac who's, I think, spotting down Banana, just making sure that they don't push it too easily, because if they did, then they'd have that extra information. And they've already rotated an extra man to Speedway, so Fnatic playing it really safe to have that very fast 4th man towards the A bomb site on the execute.
Maniac going to make his way back down Banana just to make sure that nobody from Fnatic is pushing down, as it will be Crims once again the man to look for information. He has backed onto the site now, but it's the standard as you would expect. 3-2 setup here from Fnatic. Nothing crazy whatsoever, but the clock is ticking here. No engagements as of yet, but now Havoc will ensue on the quad side of Inferno over towards that A bomb site. Will they enter? Yes, they will. We've got 2 players in apartments. Income Titan. This is the time for them to win. JW starts us off.
2 excellent shots there from JW. Pronax with an awesome angle. Takes down 2 players as well. And this is completely shut down. It's just Maniac left with 15 points of health against 4 players of Fnatic. He will get eliminated. And Fnatic now are on match point, and there is still no money left for Titan, but they gave themselves a chance in that round to break Fnatic, and now they have the opportunity to have a similar approach. Whether they do the same thing or not is it's completely up to existence, of course, but at least they gave themselves 2 chances to get back in.
JW, man. Just JW with those 2 opening picks with that AWP as they entered the bomb site. They got such a great read on it. Fnatic didn't flinch for a single second there. Titan once again tried to overwhelm them with the pistols. It didn't work out here, and Titan hanging on by a loose thread. Fnatic are looking so good.
And they're not scared either, just taking some information, now falling back on Banana to play it a little bit more passively on the B-bomb site. And again, these standard setups have worked well, and JW, he's been opening up so strongly for his team. Picks up another one early on, and again, losing those grenades really hurts, because that's part of the strength of having a push like this. You get all the grenades down, really adds to the fast-moving Tech9s on the entry, so not looking good right now for Titan in this last attempt.
53 seconds left on the clock here. Still to try and find some of these Fnatic players in the smoke grenades and all around the map are just getting renewed here for Fnatic. As Pronax finds one, RPK peeks out with the P19, will get the trade frag, but JW with his 2nd kill of the round, on form with this AWP, and now it is all left up to existence. 1 versus 3, they peek out, Flusher will finish off the round, 16-9 for Fnatic. The potential favourites in some people's opinions for this tournament will go through to the grand final of the Gfinity Spring Masters #2.
Yeah, as many have expected indeed, and wow, Fnatic, they put it out in the end. Really strong Inferno, really back and forth series actually. That Cobble, we started us off scared actually, all of us, and definitely Titan as well. They could never get their game going. Found their feet on Cash, had a really even first half on Inferno, but then again, they just found themselves in lots of awkward spots. And I mean, JW really had a huge impact with that AWP in a lot of those rounds, and overall very tight defensive play from Fnatic.
I've got to say, on the Titan side of things, obviously we're giving a lot of credit to Fnatic, and rightly so, but I've got to give my